got tired of experiencing some of the things that I was experiencing as a result of what it was that I went through. Got tired of being a problem child, getting in trouble in school. They threatened to kick me out twice from James A. Fauché. Name them. We named them over here in Holiness. I had 2 8x10 infraction cards front and back. Yeah, you wouldn't know that. And it seems like I would always get in trouble right before wrestling would come on, and that was almost my punishment. I couldn't watch wrestling. Thank God for neighbors who would play their TV very loud. They'd stand under the kitchen window and act like I was washing dishes. Listen to the wrestling. But I believe I just got tired of all of what came with what I went through and had experienced. And I think that in anything that we go through in life, 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Either we can allow the enemy to destroy us because of what we have gone through, or we can take what we have gone through and allow God to develop us in that. I just preached a message a couple of weeks ago, Developed in the Dark. Don't you preach that, Ryan Sims? I said it first. But some of the moments that helped us and developed us the most are not the happy-go-lucky moments. Some of the happy times in my life, graduating, receiving the Holy Ghost, meeting my wife, marrying her, all the things, having my babies, those were good moments, happy moments, but those weren't the moments that really developed me. It was the crushing moments, the moments in the dark that really made me sit with God and have a conversation with Him and talk to Him and be developed. It's the moment where my wife and I had a miscarriage. It's, the moments where I was crushed and all of these things that helped me and made me into who I am today. And so I just wanted to transform. I wanted to be different. I wanted to be healed and whole. I would paint the picture as clear as I most possibly can that forgiveness is for them. How many nights have you set up? How many times have that person occupied space in your mind when you saw them, or a picture of them, or a memory comes up? And at some point we have to my mom would say, we got to get tired of how we're living. We got to get tired of being frustrated, when those moments come, or whenever we see that person, encounter that person, or allowing these things and these people to live rent-free in our mind. We have to understand that forgiveness is for us. And sometimes you have to forgive without receiving an apology. It's hard. It's a bitter pill to swallow and digest. Do that. And most importantly, we have to remember, for those of us that believe the Bible, I'm going to say that again, because for those of us that believe the Bible, some of us know what it says, but we refuse to believe it. All right. He won't forgive us if we don't forgive others. And so we have to understand that forgiveness is a big thing. However, it's necessary, it's important for us to do it so we can receive forgiveness also. You know what bothers me though? Sometimes we are unwilling to offer to people the same grace we would want to receive. I know some of us have been hurt, but we can't act like we ain't never hurt nobody.
That's right. Well, church.
Be critical of other people that have made mistakes, but we can't act like we ain't never made a mistake.
My Lord.
And so we have to be willing to extend and offer to others the same grace that we would want to receive if it were us. You know, I don't know we've gotten to that part just yet. She's been asking for a copy. I said, well. But no, it's my truth. It's my experience. And it was never my intention to paint a negative picture or negative light on my birth mother. Because every day wasn't a bad day.
Okay.
But it's important for me to have shared my story, my experience, to be able to help and to reach someone else.
Right.
Now, my siblings in here, so that will be nice. But no, you know, you can't get mad at the truth.
Yeah.
Because the truth is just the truth. So I mean, I would encourage you to write that, because I believe that will be healing to you. I know a lot of times in the church, especially in roles that people like you and others are in, you have to suffer in silence. You have to, have this face as if everything is all right when it's not, and you have to encourage other people when you really just need somebody and want somebody to encourage you. So I believe that book will bring therapy and healing and wholeness to you. Ooh, I would be honest and say, acknowledge that that's a bitter pill to swallow. It's not easy. It's not a good feeling. But I would also encourage him to see the positivity and the good in that. Because even the young man that I mentioned, that's his actual story, very successful young man, man that has good things going for him. And that may not have necessarily been the case if it was the other way around. And we don't know why God does the things that he does and why he allows things to happen the way that he does. He has a vantage point of seeing things the way we cannot see it. And it's important for us to trust God, even though it may hurt sometimes. Got to learn how to trust him. A friend of mine, we often say sometimes God has to break your heart in order to save your soul. And it is better to hurt for a little while than to be hurt for the rest of your life. Right. So sometimes you got to go through it and embrace it, and embrace what God is doing in your life. Sometimes we got to be open. Yeah. Be open to our stories looking different and not being the status quo. Got to be open. There are some other things that are floating in my mind. Even in writing this book, there's so much more to the story that was unveiled and uncovered that I chose not to share. But I want to move forward having healing conversations. I'm going to do some strategic planning and thinking. Me and another author, we've kind of had some conversations in its infancy, but we're looking to do a tour on purpose and hit the north, south, east, west, and really do some work. Just a little bit. Can't tell y'all everything. Well, has anybody read the book?
Yes.
See the hand back there, can't see the face. Oh, good. All right, hopefully you will stop by the camera and tell them what you thought of it. But I'm so grateful for each of you, and I am amazed and overwhelmed at the outpouring of love. Sometimes you feel like you're on an island by yourself. But I am certainly so overwhelmed with the love and support that I've received in this process. And I know that the half has not yet been told, and there are some greater things that are coming. And so I solicit your prayers and your support in the future.